$398 headphones with 4.3 stars and over 3,000 ratings should feel like a safe buy. But the owner data says the Sony WH-1000XM6 has one very specific problem to check before you order. The WH-1000XM6 is Sony's premium noise-canceling over-ear headphone, built around the HD noise-canceling processor QN3, 12 microphones, LDAC, and a foldable travel design. The question is not whether it is feature-packed. The real question is whether the sound and noise cancellation are strong enough to outweigh the comfort complaints. This close-up shows the version most buyers are searching for. The black XM6 with that rounded ear cup, soft-looking headband, and minimal Sony branding on the arm. Visually, it is cleaner and more understated than a lot of premium headphones. Nothing here screams gaming headset or gym accessory. It looks built for travel, work, and daily listening. The main promise is simple: stronger silence, clearer calls, and enough battery life to stop thinking about charging every day. Sony says the QN3 processor is 7 times faster than the older QN1 found in the WH-1000XM5. On paper, that matters because the processor is constantly optimizing the 12 microphones in real time. This is where the XM6 is most convincing. Owners mention noise cancellation 291 times, and 235 of those mentions are positive. The recurring owner sentiment is that once ANC is on, office noise, travel noise, and everyday distractions fade hard enough that focus becomes the main benefit. The box shot also matters because Sony did not make this a headphones-only package. You can see the carrying case, the headphone cable, and the USB charging cable. That supports the travel angle, especially because the headphones can work over Bluetooth or through the included audio cable. My read on the feature set is that Sony is not trying to win with one gimmick. It is stacking practical upgrades: stronger processing, more microphones, high-resolution wireless audio, and a case that makes the foldable design useful. For a $398 headphone, that is the kind of package I want to see before I even consider the price fair. Calls are another real part of the pitch. Sony lists a 6-microphone AI beamforming system with intelligent noise reduction and a wind-resistant design. In owner feedback, phone calls are repeatedly described as clear, and one common idea is that your voice stays understandable even when the environment is busy. This official NFL image is not just branding noise. It shows Sony pushing the XM6 as a premium, public-facing headphone, not just a quiet desk accessory. The ear cup shape is large, rounded, and smooth, while the visible hinge area hints at the foldable mechanism. Now, the audio story is even stronger than the ANC story. Sound quality is mentioned 409 times, with 328 positive mentions and 81 negative ones. Owners keep pointing to crisp highs, strong clarity, and a sound profile that can feel especially impressive once adjusted through Sony's ecosystem. The product copy says these were co-created with mastering audio engineers and use a driver with a lightweight carbon fiber dome. That is marketing language, but the owner data gives it weight. People are not only saying the sound is good, they are specifically calling out clarity, separation, and how vocals and instruments come through. Compared with typical premium alternatives, the XM6 looks strongest when your priority is the full Sony package: ANC, sound, calls, battery, and a foldable case. But the trade-off is also very premium. At this price, a small fit issue or Bluetooth annoyance feels bigger than it would on a cheaper pair. This lifestyle shot shows the headphones worn around the neck, which is exactly how a lot of travel and office users carry them between listening sessions. The design looks sleek with dressed-up clothing, and the ear cups do not look bulky in a dramatic way. But comfort cannot be judged by a photo, and that is where the owner data becomes important. The comparison that matters is not just Sony versus Bose or AirPods Max. It is Sony versus your own tolerance for clamp, heat, and ear cup pressure. Some owners say the XM6 is comfortable for long sessions, while others say it is tight enough that they went back to older headphones. Here is the big review snapshot: 4.3 stars across 3,160 ratings. That is a strong score, but not a perfect one, and the gap between praise and complaints tells you exactly what kind of buyer is happiest. The happy camp is easy to understand. They wanted premium silence, premium sound, strong battery life, and a headphone that feels modern. A typical satisfied owner basically says, the sound is excellent, the ANC is top tier, and the battery lasts long enough that charging fades into the background. But here is the midpoint question. Are you buying the Sony experience? Or are you buying a headphone your head has to tolerate for hours? Because the verdict changes completely depending on that answer. The warning is not hidden, but it is easy to underestimate when the spec sheet looks this strong. The strongest pros are sound quality, noise cancellation, build quality, and battery life. Battery feedback is especially clean. 104 owners mention it, and 92 of those mentions are positive. That is the kind of pattern I trust more than one dramatic review. The battery claim is up to 30 hours, and Sony also lists a quick charge benefit. 3 minutes for up to 3 hours of playback with an optional USB PD compatible adapter. For travel, that is huge. Forgetting to charge overnight does not automatically ruin the next morning. There is also a practical wired fallback. The included headphone cable matters if you use airplane entertainment systems, older audio gear, or just want a backup path when Bluetooth is not ideal. Owners even note that you still need to power them on for the full experience, which is worth knowing before travel. I actually think the foldable case is one of the underrated upgrades here. In the case photo, the headphones sit neatly with the cable tucked beside them, which makes the XM6 feel more travel-ready than a headphone that only looks premium on a desk. That does not fix comfort, but it does make the daily carry story stronger. Now for the negatives, and this is where the review gets useful. Comfort is mentioned 270 times, with 156 positive and 114 negative mentions. That is not a tiny complaint hiding in the corner. It is the most cited drawback in the data. The split is very clear. One buyer type says the XM6 feels lightweight, secure, and comfortable enough for extended use. Another buyer type says it feels tight, hot, painful on the ears, or unstable when moving around. Value for money is also mixed. 161 mentions, with more negative than positive sentiment. That does not mean the XM6 is overpriced for everyone. It means the price only feels justified if the fit works, the ANC matters to you, and you actually use the premium features. So the warning is simple. Do not buy these blind if you are sensitive to clamp pressure or ear heat. The same headphone that one owner wears for a full day can make another owner return it. At $398, comfort is not a small detail. It is the deal-breaker variable. Before the verdict, there are 4 things to know. First, the XM6 is a premium buy, not a budget value play. Second, the battery and ANC feedback are genuinely strong. Third, comfort and fit are split. Fourth, connectivity has mixed reports too. This front-on product photo shows the large ear cups and smooth headband clearly. It also shows why fit can vary so much. Over-ear headphones depend on head shape, ear shape, clamp, heat, and how the pads sit. A spec sheet cannot solve that for you. Connectivity is not a universal complaint, but it is not invisible either. 92 owners mention it, almost evenly split between positive and negative. Some say pairing is easy and stable, while others report random disconnections or Bluetooth issues serious enough to become deal breakers. The color lineup image also highlights something Sony gets right. The XM6 looks mature across finishes. The design is not flashy, and that helps if you want one headphone for flights, office calls, commuting, and focused listening. The safe styling is part of the appeal. So who should buy it? If your priority is premium noise cancellation, detailed sound, clear calls, strong battery life, and a foldable case, the Sony WH-1000XM6 makes a lot of sense. If you already know tight headphones bother you, the owner feedback says to be careful. My verdict, the Sony WH-1000XM6 is worth considering in 2026 if ANC and sound quality are your top priorities, but only if you can buy from somewhere with an easy return window. Tap like if this saved you from guessing, and if you are deciding between Sony, Bose, and AirPods Max, that comparison is the next one to watch. The final filter is comfort first, features second. If the XM6 fits your head, the owner data points to a powerful premium headphone. If it does not, no processor, microphone count, or battery spec will make $398 feel good.